Throw a coin to your witcher. I don't know the rest of the bard song, but throw a coin to your witcher. To your witcher. Throw a coin to your witcher. What's poppin', y'all? Welcome back to another YouTube video, and today we're taking a look at the Netflix series of The Witcher. We're taking a look at Season 1 in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at Season 2 in tomorrow's video, and then Season 3 the day after that. So there's going to be 3 videos of me checking out The Witcher series in anticipation for Season 4 coming out at some point in 2026. But today's video is going to be just about Season 4, and I did watch all of this season. Season 1 all in one go. I do believe it has 8 episodes, all roughly around an hour long each, so you can pretty much watch it all in one day if you want. Easily done 8 hours like I've done. But other than that, without any further delay, let's take a look at what Google has to say. So The Witcher has a 8 out of 10 on IMDb, an 80% on Rotten Tomatoes, and a 9 out of 10 on Steam. You can check it out on Netflix, and it did come out in 2019. The Witcher, Geralt, a mutated monster hunter, struggles to find his place in the world, in which people often prove more wicked than beasts. So how this story goes is there is quite a few characters doing quite a few things. So the main Witcher storyline is he is a monster hunter. He's hired to kill a girl. Fair enough, he doesn't do that. He then goes and kills the main guy. Everyone hates him for it. He then continues his journey. He meets a bard and takes on another mission. He meets some elves and tells them that they can do what they please. They can fight for their land and try and get their land back. So that is what they go and do. This will be a big mistake. He then continues to travel with the bard as they go on. They get a genie, a djinn, and the bard gets sick, and they run into Yennefer. They run into Yennefer, and I'll come back to Yennefer. But they have a little bit of fun, a little bit of rumpy-pumpy, a little bit of giggly time, a little bit of personal, sort of independent time, and they break it off. They miss each other, and they continue going, and they then meet up with a dude who wants them to help them find a dragon. So they go and help, they meet up with some dwarfs, they meet up with Yennefer again, and they find this dragon and they protect it from the other peoples who are trying to kill it, because they work out that it's the old guy who is the dragon, and they protect its egg. Then the Witcher is abandoned by Yennefer. Yennefer gets really pissed off at the Witcher, and she leaves. The Witcher is then upset in his own right and tells the bard to go fuck himself, and then he goes on a hunt to try and find, this girl which he has a destiny pact with, and he ends up finding her, and that's where his story ends for Season 1. Going to Yennefer, she is being abused by her parents and her sort of other people in the village because she is severely disfigured, and she ends up being very powerful with magic. She opens up a portal, she meets a dude, they do a little bit of the fun time. She gets taken into this magic camp where kids are taught magic, very similar to Dune Prophecy, not gonna lie. And she gets her ovaries removed in terms of to turn into a beautiful pretty lady, and she can't do magic very well, but then she has the power to use fire magic. She runs into Geralt for the first time trying to get her ovaries back because she wants to be able to have children. She then runs into Geralt for the second time and leaves him because he left her first, and then she ends up joining a war with the witches and setting fire to the forest and then disappearing. Third and final story, which is the little girl, I forget her name, Ciri. She is a princess, and she had her home attacked by this Church of the Light, and she manages to escape on her own because everyone who was trying to protect her died. She met this little kid who she named Rat Boy, who found her in the forest, cooked her a rat. She then met some woodland elves, imps, creatures, who then sort of helped her, live on, and helped her survive. She then met up with her wizard friend, who was a shapeshifter, and Rat Boy saved her and then left her because he thought she was too dangerous to be around. She then continued walking, and she went from camp to camp to camp, and each of which got destroyed, burnt, and attacked. Everyone who got close to her died, and she then ended up getting out and meeting up with Geralt, and that's where the season ends. Overall, I think Season 1 is pretty fucking good. I really liked Season 1. Season 1 went really fucking hard, and it was an incredible season. It was an incredible opener. The timeline stuff I didn't really like because it kept flipping between a Ciri's story and also Yennefer's and Geralt's story. Now, these stories that were being shown to us all simultaneously were not happening simultaneously. Each one of these main three characters was taking place at different points in time. Yennefer's and Geralt's stories did cross over into each other quite often, but they were not all happening at exactly the same point in time, especially with Ciri, because when we first see Ciri and when we first see Geralt, they're way two different points in time. Ciri takes place at the present, Geralt's takes place at the past, and he slowly comes to the present, and Ciri's is just what she's doing whilst Geralt is locked up in a prison below her. Not doing much, gonna be honest. And that's I don't know, that's my main discrepancy with this show, is the timeline. It didn't really make a lot of sense. It was very confusing to follow, and it did set up the characters quite nicely. It set up their strengths, their weaknesses, their personalities. It got us to love them, and it showed who the main characters were and how all their destinies were intertwined, and that will be important for future seasons, I guarantee you that right now. But continuing with this main storyline, it is them being heroes. They're heroes, and it is a brutal TV show. The CGI is fucking wank, I'll tell you that now. This is 100% not got a high enough budget for what it needs to have, because the monsters look shit. The zombies Geralt comes across look fucking wank, and so do most of the other creatures that he fights. If they're human, they look great. They have good prosthetics. If they're a CGI monster, they look like ass. They look like actual ass. Watching this show, I'm going to be honest, I saw a lot of people that I recognized from EastEnders, Hollyoaks, and The Dumping Ground. So, a lot of British TV people made their way into this show, which I think is brilliant, because a lot of small-name actors are getting their name out there, moving on to bigger and better things, and just getting some better opportunities. The story, I quite liked. I was very invested with this story. I thought it was really cool. I thought The Witcher was a badass, and I thought Ciri was pretty hard done by most of the series, and I did feel bad for Yennefer to start with. I did feel bad for Yennefer to start with, but then she turned out to be quite evil and quite mean, and I don't know, I just stopped feeling bad for her, and she got power and she abused it, and I do hate pretty much her character for most of the show, because she keeps treating Geralt like shit. The Bard is my absolute favorite fucking character. He was so cool. I did find him annoying to start with, but then I thought he was lovable the more that I saw him, and the more that he sort of came into the show, and the more that he sort of proved himself. It was very good. I liked him. I thought it was really nice to see him come into the story and sort of prove his worth. He was really good. He was a great character, and I'm glad that he was there. I'm glad that he was there. He was a great guy. His songs were actually really fucking good and took up most of the credits, and I loved pretty much most of them. Throw a Coin to Your Witcher was my favorite. However, by the end of the series, I did think it was overplayed. I didn't think the villains were that menacing, I'm gonna be honest. It just felt like a load of humans in black armor that were coming after the main characters, and it kind of felt quite boring. Like, it didn't feel like they were proper villains, and they didn't feel very threatening or scary or ominous. It just kind of felt like two cities at war, set in this sort of medieval Middle-earth type situation, and I'm gonna be honest, that's pretty much all I have to say. I don't really have much else to say about Season 1. I feel like it is pretty lackluster compared to the other 2 seasons, and was just here to set up the characters, set up the world, and set the stage for future stories to come. And I think it achieved that purpose very well, but did it quite confusingly. And I have never played a Witcher game in my life, so I don't know how accurate it is to the source material. I am wanting to play The Witcher 3 on the channel, so do stay tuned for that over the next couple of months after I get a couple of other games finished, because that is something that I do want to do. I do want to play the Witcher game, and I'll get it out as soon as possible, as soon as I have enough moolah, some dosh to buy it. I'll get it out and play it for you and have it play through on the channel. Overall, I do think Season 1 is a solid 7 out of 10. Obviously, Season 2 and 3 are definitely a lot better in my opinion, so starting off with a pretty solid number of 7 out of 10, I think is a very good start for a TV show. Other than that, I don't have really much else to say, so I hope you all did enjoy this YouTube video. I'll see you all in the next one. Hope you all have an excellent day, and goodbye. Do come back tomorrow for The Witcher Season 2, where we do take a look at the Season 2 of The Witcher, and then come back the day after that for Season 3. If you do want me to review anything else, other animes, TV shows, movies, please do leave them down in the comments below, and I'll get onto them as soon as possible. I do have 3-4 months of backlog, so it might be a little while till that video does come out, but you know, if I like the comment and I respond to it, I will obviously watch it, and the review will be coming very, very soon. I do have the best upload schedule on YouTube, so, you know, see what other videos I have to offer, because that's how YouTube knows my content is worth watching. Other than that, I'm done yapping, and I'll see you all tomorrow.